But all what was happening at the assemblies and the impeachment process is holding our leaders to account. For the little thing that you think you do, we hold you to account. For example, there was an issue about where the former governor of Meru County, Kawera, misdirected the public that 86 million has been collected towards the funeral of the sniper. And if you look at the Constitution, you realize under Chapter 6, leaders are to be held account to their statements and their words they make. It looks to be a minute issue, but it's a constitutional issue. Because the question is, when you behave in that manner, are you breathing confidence and trust in the office that you hold? So we're in a struggle of making sure that we hold our leaders to account. And that is what is ailing this country. That people do not want to be called to order. Yeah.
And yet, the Constitution, which is the supreme law of the land, gives allowance for every single process or every single element of the process that we have seen carry out in the last few days.
Yes.
And that's the Constitution.
That's correct.
So now when you're dealing with an impeachment of a county governor, that for some reason, whether it is people, whether it is members of the assembly who saw that she was not carrying out herself in the way in which she ought to.
Exactly.
What we've seen happen is still along the lines of the Constitution.
Yes. About the court processes. Yeah, that is correct. And that is why it is within her rights for her to access justice. And you cannot say that she's that avenue is not available, because you'll be again removing her through the Constitution and then denying her the opportunity of exercising her rights under the same Constitution. And that is the beauty of our democracy, that our democracy will subject you to all processes that will culminate in you feeling that justice was dispensed with, and not justice but substantive justice was dispensed with. And that is the beauty of our Constitution.
The thing I find interesting
is
that every time you have an impeachment matter before the Senate, and then the matter goes to court, what I as a Kenyan benefits from all these processes, I get to understand the workings of the Constitution better. I get to understand how the law deals with some of these issues. Because it's yet another precedent that is being set. There's a former government of Embu called Wambora, who went through this process not once. And somehow he succeeded at every turn. So the precedent is there of somebody who's impeached, goes to court. Court finds that he has grounds for retaining his job.